Parents like to say every child is a part of them. In our house I was but a splinter under the skin. Mom and dad were a blended couple. They could not bring themselves to truly punish my stepbrother and stepsister, so they had me and turned me into their cautionary example. When my brother came last in his class, dad locked me in a dog crate under the blazing sun to teach him what happened to people who refused to study. When my sister started dating too young, mom drugged me and dumped me in a homeless encampment to show her what could happen if she was not careful. Then one day dad found a takeout receipt in the trash. He forced poisoned food into my mouth and made me swallow. Today I am going to teach you all a real lesson. This is what happens when you eat whatever you want behind our backs. Even as I coughed blood and writhed on the floor, dad threw me into the punishment room. My brother and sister rushed to confess and begged mom to let me out. But mom only said coldly, "You two will learn this lesson properly today. When you have learned it, I will let him out." I sat on the floor as blood soaked through my shirt. As my consciousness faded, I finally understood. Dad, your last cautionary lesson had to be taught with my life. Chapter. Megan grabbed dad's sleeve and begged him, "Dad, please let Zach out. He is coughing blood." Dad gently shook her off. "No, I am doing this for your own good. Only when you see the consequences with your own eyes will you understand the lesson." Andrew staggered up to dad, his eyes red. "Dad, I ordered the takeout. It has nothing to do with Zach. Punish me if you want. I will never order food behind your back again. Okay, please let him out." Dad's mouth curved into a satisfied smile. "Now you admit it. When I held up that receipt and asked you earlier why did you not say so, Andrew Reed, you lied to me. How am I supposed to believe a single word you say now when you were lying just a moment ago?" Andrew's face went white. I curled up in the corner. My stomach churned violently and every breath tasted like rust. I clenched my teeth, stood on tiptoe, and pressed my face to the tiny window in the punishment room door. "Dad, Zach hurts so much. Can you let me out?" Dad's face darkened at once. "Why are you so delicate if you cannot even endure a little hardship? What kind of man will you ever become? Bear it. When your brother and sister learn this lesson, I will let you out." My eyes burned. Tears gathered in them, but I did not dare cry. Dad had said tears were a sign of weakness and weak people did not deserve to be loved. I blinked hard and forced the wetness back. My nose stung terribly, but I smiled and nodded. "Okay, I will listen, Dad." Andrew could not take it anymore. He dropped down in front of Dad. "Dad, I am begging you, let Zach out. He is still so young. His body cannot handle this." Before he could finish, Dad became even angrier. He pointed at Andrew, his chest heaving. "Andrew Reed, a man does not throw away his pride and beg so easily. Did everything I taught you go in one ear and out the other? I am telling you now, I will not let your brother out today. Begging will not work. You could stay there until morning and I still would not open this door." The last trace of color drained from Andrew's face. Something seemed to block my chest. A mouthful of blood suddenly burst from my lips and splattered across the little pane of glass. Megan screamed in terror. Dad's expression shifted. Instinctively he took half a step closer, then he gave a cold snort. "Stop acting pitiful. Are you trying to compete for attention because you do not want your brother and sister to improve? I am telling you this is your role. I had you so you could serve as a warning to them. The more you act like this, the less likely I am to let you out." Megan froze, then she wiped her tears and ran toward the front door. "Zach, do not be scared. I am going to get help right now." "Wait for me." Chapter. Megan ran so fast she disappeared through the door in the blink of an eye. Mom chased after her for 2 steps, her face flushing with anger. "Fine, wonderful. Every one of you thinks you can rebel now." Andrew rushed toward me, hope lighting his face again. "Great. Zach, do not be scared. You will be saved soon." Hearing that, the pain in my chest seemed to ease just a little. Before long, urgent footsteps sounded at the end of the hall. Megan had come back and Mom was behind her. Mom looked around. "What is going on?" Dad lit a cigarette, took a drag and laughed coldly. "What else? These two perfect children secretly ordered takeout and then refused to admit it." He walked toward Mom, lifting his chin with smug certainty. "This time I am going to teach a real cautionary lesson. I will not be soft again." Mom frowned and glanced at me. "What did you